Today, we are doing another old versus new with the Acura MDX. On one side, we have the 2020 MDX technology, and the other side is the Acura MDX Advance. I do want you to know that the trim levels are radically different. The technology is the mid trim level right above the base, and the Advance is the top trim level, which is the one that I will be comparing this technology to. Alright, so let's get things started with the styling. The new 2023 MDX continues to use Acura's signature exploding diamond grille design with the humongous Acura badge in the middle. Both will have chrome surrounding it, and only the Advance has the forward-facing camera. Obviously, if we had a 2020 MDX Advance, that would also have that. Both MDXs will use Acura's jewel-eyed LED design with completely LED elements. However, only the new one has LED fog lights at the bottom. Both will offer 20-inch wheels that are exclusive to each trim level. Now, as far as the mirrors go, they will have very tasteful looking designs with the mirror turn signal, and the advanced models will have cameras underneath. As far as the functionality goes, both advanced models will have heating, auto-dimming, power folding, and blind spot monitoring, standard only on advanced, as I just said. The new MDX will offer fully LED taillights with some chicane elements like the top brake light, and I do want you to note that the old one does not offer that. Alright, time to move on to the interiors. Before we begin, I want to note that both will have key fobs with standard remote start. However, the new one, you must get the advanced to get remote start. Now, as promised, we will move on to the interior. Right off the bat, both of them, even the used 2020 MDX, absolutely loving it. Let's start with the door panel. Acura with the old one will use soft touch plastic, brushed aluminum, and memory seats, and you'll see that you'll have perforated leather and this real fancy wood trim with all of your switchgear in matte black plastic. The lower area will be finished in some hard touch plastic, and both will throw in lots of storage. Now, one difference that the new MDX has is that it will throw in 16 ways of power adjusting seats even on the advanced model, so the old one does not have it whatsoever. This will include bolster, thigh, and 4-way lumbar adjustments. After startup, the new MDX will greet you with these really cool digital gauges. So, really cool. You can adjust it with different modes. You can adjust how they look. There's even this little MDX in the middle that does the lights for you. Now, both will have heated leather-wrapped steering wheels with a really nice design. Of course, you need the advanced MDX to get that. Now, as far as materials go, the old one has the upper dash finished with the soft touch plastic, open pore wood is thrown about, and the center area will be plastic unless you get the advanced model. That said, the new one does not have wood on the center area. If you want the more versatile MDX, the old one is the way to go. This one has more and better versatility than the new one, surprisingly. You could slide that back, and then you have some good space with 2 USB-A cords and a rubber lining, but you can also lift up another lid, and that will also give you the same one, and that connects to that little tray. You see? You can't see my hand, but it's the same one. Got the 2 USB-As, aux jack, and that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto socket. So, very nice. As far as infotainment systems go, the new ones is really weird. You have to use this finicky touchpad with relative position response, so if you want to go to settings, you just click the bottom right of the corner. Really weird. I don't like it. So, you just click down on that, and then that should bring you to settings. Both will have the same gear selector with 360 bird's eye view cameras when in reverse. They will also have, of course, the forward-facing camera and the side view camera for the wheels. To wrap things up, the old one will stick with a normal size sunroof even on the Advance. The second rows of these crossovers are kind of a mixed bag. The door panel is really fancy and you have a good amount of storage down below. I really like the wood trim and the perforated leather. So, of course you've got the power windows and, well, let's go ahead and hop inside. But before we do, I want to show you that both cars have seats that slide and recline. So, the MDXs will have premium Milano leather in the second row. Not too bad in the 2020 MDX. Panoramic sunroof is not there. Pretty dark. Not great for the lighting, but at least you have LED lights at the top. So I do have a reasonable amount of legroom. Not the best, and the seats can't slide that much, so legroom is eh. You do, though, have this really nice seat back pocket and climate controls. But on this technology trim, you don't have seat warmers. Now, the MDX Advance 2020 will have a center console in the middle. The new MDX has a lot more connectivity and this removable middle seat, reducing the seating capacity down to 6. But if you want 7 passengers, you can just put it right back in. Acura is really good about keeping the third row access super simple, and that shows with both of these MDXs. You push this button, and then the seat will pop forward, but make sure you push it hard enough so that it will actually register. And if you want to push it back, then you just have to manually do it. So let's actually get into the third row, and then let's see how much room we have back there. Alright. So, third row access is pretty easy. You don't have that much room. Like, my knees are kind of touching. And, well, yeah, the seat is right there. It's not completely up all the way back. It's not, like, slid all the way back, but it's not slid all the way forward either. You have LED lights at the top and 2 USB charging cables on both sides. So, not bad, but the amenities are a no-no. So they need to work on the amenities for both of them. To get into the trunk, only the new one has the hands-free power gate feature, which you just kick your foot under the bumper to access. But we can still do it the old way for more versatility. This one does not, though, have more versatility. You do have only 15 cubic feet behind the third row. The new one has 16. Fold that down, and then you'll get 46 on this one. The new one gets 48. And then if you fold all of the rows down, this one will have a whopping 90.5 cubic feet, while the new one has an even better 95. So, definitely very good space numbers in this. The new one can just beat it. Powering both of these Acura MDXs are 3.5-liter V6 engines that has powered everything from the Odyssey to the Pilot. So, this is a great powertrain, and it has 290 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque in both models, but the thing is that this one, the new one, has cast aluminum shock tops, so that would make it a little bit lighter and better for speed. So, the new one will have the 10-speed automatic transmission, while the old one has the
Super handling all-wheel drive is Acura's best all-wheel drive system, and the only torque vectoring all-wheel drive system they've ever made. So, it is better than a normal torque vectoring all-wheel drive system because it is better with the handling and snow traction. So basically, you can take out power out of one wheel while still maintaining power in the other wheels. So basically, it doesn't all have to add up to 100%. And 70% of the power can be sent to the rear wheels, and of that 70%, 100 can be put into one single wheel at a time. So that is why it is so good with the handling and snow traction. Let me talk about the dimensions now.
Lastly, for the dimensions, the old one has a length of 196 inches and a width of 77 inches, while the new one measures in at 198 and 79. Well, thanks everyone so much for joining me on this old versus new comparison. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.